I need to figure out why. There's this weird bug I have with OBS. The preview screen will sometimes flicker in and out of showing what's behind the OBS window and showing OBS. It's really weird. Apparently, like, you guys don't see any of that, I'm sure, because it showed my Discord window. But only the section of it that would be where the preview was. I don't know why that happens. It's happened on 2 different computers. So, not sure what the commonality is there. Can we hear the game? Blackie, stop trying to eat the crust. It's crust, dude. You don't want it. Fucking God. Blackie! Greedy cat. Can I use the controller? No. Okay. I'm going to assume the volume is fine. If it's too loud, let me know. Hopefully I can change the settings in-game. It's a silly menu. Thanks for nothing, SK. How you doing, bud? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, I guess I haven't really seen anyone recently. You know, I was testing out how much my mouth would move when I ooh-wooed with my VTuber. It barely moves at all. So that's a fun fact. My gender is line, I guess. Left click. Oh, what? Okay, so do I feel more pink or blue? Actually, that doesn't really look pink. It's a little more purple than pink. Oh, it's almost magenta. I guess this is closer, sure. How do I... Oh. Hello? What? Well, obviously I'm not going to go the way I'm supposed to. Trans. Oh. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, that's pretty... Yeah, you got me there, I guess. Shit. Obviously, I'm not going to go the way I'm supposed to.
How do I know what my gender is?
Oh, there's voice acting. Trans is an umbrella term for anyone whose gender does not or does not fully, oh, I see, match the sex they were assigned at birth. It is the antonym to cis. Today, the term is most commonly used as an adjective, but it can also be used as part of compound nouns that describe a given identity. It's like transmasculine, transfeminine, maybe genderqueer. 7th streak. That's a week of Yume. Passing. Oh. Oh. Pain. Oh, God. That's a loaded word. Thank you, SK, for the streak. Passing describes phenomena where a trans person is read as either cis, their correct gender, and are the gender they want to be perceived as, by an outside party. Being able to pass is often seen as a privilege. Historically, the term has been used for by people of color who were white passing, I see, and thus able to escape some of the legal and social conventions of racial segregation and discrimination. There you go. A loaded term no matter who you are. You do hear white passing a lot.
Am I still the same person that I was 2 years ago?
I think so. Well, actually probably not. Fluid. Gender fluid. Yummy. Oh, I'm sorry. Black, Indigenous, and people of color. I see. I haven't seen the acronym before. Thank you. Gender fluid describes certain identities under the multi-gender, non-binary, and transgender umbrellas. Gender fluid individuals have gender identities that change over time. They can be multiple genders at once and then switch to none at all, or move between single-gendered identities, or some other combination therein. For some gender fluid people, these changes happen as often as several times a day, and for others, monthly or less often. I only personally know a couple of gender fluid people, but it's an interesting experience. Somebody I know, I'm sure I can say who, but I'd rather not. Somebody I know, without their discretion, they have bracelets, and for depending on which bracelet they have near the front is the pronouns they feel like using for whatever given time period, which is quite nice and helpful. And it honestly, it's helps people feel good. I like that idea. Probably not their idea, but maybe it is. I don't know. Good idea. Regardless. Queer. Originally a slur against members of the LGBTIA community, the term queer was reclaimed in the 1980s and is today widely used umbrella term describing any person who isn't straight and cis and dia. While some members of these communities still reject the term due to its past, it has become one of the more widely used umbrella terms and has spawned its own field of political and academic theory. Queer theory and studies. I do like the term queer. I like using it a lot because of the reclamation part of it, yeah. Demi. Oh. What's this, though? I don't know if I want to go down there. That's kind of scary. I don't know. Demi doesn't feel right, but let's go this way. You'd love to have an electronic bit on a collar if you turn out to be fluid. What that like lists your pronouns, you mean? That'd be cool. Oh. Drag. It's the demi room again. Demi-gender, from demi-half plus gender, is an umbrella term for non-binary gender identities that have a partial connection to a certain gender.
Are there parts of my identity that always stay the same?
Non-Euclidean, baby! Yeah. The visuals remind me of Cube. Not that that's relevant, but... Femme. Femme, or femme, is a term that refers to a queer person whose gender expression is considered to be feminine. Femme was originally used to distinguish feminine, lesbian, and bisexual women from butch women, and it is still one of the main uses of the term. It is common for trans and non-binary individuals to use the term to refer to their identity or expression, even if they do not identify as lesbian or bisexual women. Antechamber? That's another one, yeah. Ooh. An intersex person has sex characteristics, example, sexual anatomy, reproductive organs, and or chromosome patterns that do not fit the typical definition of male or female. This may be apparent at birth or become so later in life, e.g. puberty. Intersex people, just like dyadic people, may identify with any sexual orientation or gender identity. Dyadic is a word used to refer to people who are not intersex. Dyadic people who were born with sex characteristics which could be categorized into one of the binary genders. You know, a lot of people, I'm sure most of you know this, a lot of people don't realize they're intersex because a lot of the differences are sort of I don't know a better way to put this. It's gonna sound dumb, like retconned by doctors when you're born. So many people don't really know until later in their life.
Everyone should be able to make their own decisions concerning their body.
When they notice strange, some scars that don't quite fit. What is this tree? Is this the gender fluid tree? Can I drink from it? I don't know. Hopefully this is interesting more people than just me, but this would be a good... This feels like something that would be good to show to somebody who wants to be an ally but doesn't really understand, you know? What? Oh. Non-binary, hey. Non-binary is a term that refers to people whose gender is not completely and exclusively male or female. They can identify with not having gender at all, with both binary genders, with a third identity or an identity which can change over time. Non-binary people fall under the transgender umbrella term, and non-binary is an umbrella term in itself, although some people use it to describe their specific gender identity. You might check this out just to see if there's info on neopronouns. That would be interesting. That would be handy as well. Because, you know, I mean, I have my own understandings of neopronouns, but as somebody who doesn't use them, I could always stand to learn more. The only person I regularly, like, interact with that does use neopronouns would be Cappy.
Do my behaviors fit into gender stereotypes? Am I gender non-conforming if they don't?
It's a good question. I can't read that word. Oh, that says, is that drag? I kind of want to go check on that. They, because the history of drag is very interesting. And I actually know, I've had some trans friends in the past.
What does it mean to feel good with certain clothes? In what kind of situation?
I've had some friends in the past, I don't know. They had some other, they had different beliefs on being trans than I've come to have, but they were of the mind that drag was harmful to transgender people, and I don't agree with that. But there is a, you know, there's a sect of transgender. Sect's not the right word. Jesus, I don't know the word. There's definitely people that think that, but I disagree with that. Drag refers to the performance of masculinity, femininity, or other forms of gender expression. A drag queen is someone who performs femininity, and a drag king is someone who performs masculinity. The term may be used as a noun, as in the expression in drag, or as in adjective, as in drag show. You might want to use some quotation marks if you're writing this many words out. The use of drag in this sense appeared in print as early as 1870. Interesting. I didn't actually know that. I thought it was like the 1900s. Exit. I don't want to exit. I just came from here. Well, here, if we're going to find out about, if we're going to see what they have to say about neopronouns, this would be the place to go. Oh! Shit. No pronoun. Me, they, one, z. I say that spelled with an X usually, but... Oh, z?
So I can choose my pronouns myself. I wonder what that would feel like.
I wonder too sometimes. E, she. I think a lot of the trouble with neopronouns is pronouncing them, and then some people kind of misuse the idea. Psst, hello, am I still in boyfriend dungeon? Is that what that is? Thank you. In linguistics and grammar, pronouns are words that substitutes a noun or a noun phrase. The third-person pronouns can be used to talk about people without always using the full name of someone. People can have one or several pairs of pronouns, and some people don't have any or use their name as a pronoun. In many languages, at least some of the third-person pronouns are binary, gendered, leading to the creation and adoption of alternative pronouns. It's not extremely informative, but it's a basic introduction to the term if you don't get why people say the word pronoun so much. I do like the inclusion of some neopronouns. That's nice. More and more people I know are starting to go by they. It seems to be like a great middle ground for now. Just, you know, at this point in the idea of all of this, calling someone they is easier to understand than, I guess, you know, ni and z and z, and they implies other than he or she without being too confusing for people, I guess. Oh. Oh, look. Interesting. Kind of hard to use, but that's interesting. Map. Yeah. So this is map. Pronouns. Something leads to pronouns. Weird. Trans leads to something leads to pronouns. Kind of an interesting diagram. Non-binary. Euphoria and dysphoria. Oh god, where's that? This isn't gonna close the game, is it? I don't want to go there. I feel like that's gonna close it. They is bittersweet for you. You like that it's becoming a word people use as a standard, but you dislike it's weaponized against trans women frequently. Yeah. I mean, it happens to trans men as well. I don't want to discount that, but I've definitely had that happen. It's a very passive-aggressive thing sometimes. I know people who will only refer to me as they, or have you know, some of these people have called me he the first time they met me, and then since then only refer to me as they. Not in a way that it's too obvious, but to, you know, it's a little passive. I'm just using my own personal experience here. There's definitely better examples. The term gender void describes an identity that is defined by the absence of gender. It falls under the agender umbrella. See, I don't even know. I've never heard of this, so that's something I'm gonna have to learn up on myself. That's a term I'm gonna need to research and look into. What's here? Oh. It's here. Why? Hmm. Okay. You've heard of it from its folk. I see. I know the term agender. I just haven't heard of gender void. The one I have I've talked about this a lot. The one most people I know have a lot of issues like accepting as far as pronouns is definitely it and its. It's very hard for some people to accept that. And I can understand why. But I still think it's better to use the term somebody prefers, you know? I can't read that. Oh, euphoria. Gender euphoria, sometimes called gender congruence, is the antonym to gender dysphoria. It describes the phenomenon of a person experiencing joy due to one or multiple aspects of their gender identity or expression, e.g., pronouns, body features, or labels. You're gonna learn. Okay, enjoy. Enjoy the lucky. I guess that, you know, I never thought of it before, but describing gender dysphoria to people, to people whose gender fits them, I guess, more like cis folk. If I were to describe like the idea of gender euphoria to them, and then use the antithesis of that to describe dysphoria, that would probably help a lot of people understand, wouldn't it? Because, like, euphoria would be like if a cis man feels manly because, I don't know, somebody said they got big muscles. And like, oh man, I feel so manly. I mean, this is a very simplistic interpretation, but describing dysphoria as the opposite of that would... I think that would help people understand. Because I've had people not understand dysphoria before, and I never thought to describe it that way. Gender dysphoria refers to negative feelings arising from some aspect of gender experience. Body dysphoria, caused by aspects of one's own body as well as being misgendered. Gender dysphoria is experienced by many, but not all trans people. The term can also be used diagnostically, referring to persistent and clinically significant discomfort with an assigned gender. And that's sort of how you get, if you so wish to, you have to get diagnosed with gender dysphoria to get on the track for HRT, unless you can find a...
Which situations make me feel euphoric about myself?
Unless you can feel what's it called? The doctors that let you go in, consent. Mutual consent? There you go. No, that's not it. I don't remember. It's somewhat confusing in a sentence, so you keep using people's names in that instance. Not out of disrespect, just clarity. Yeah. It and its can be confusing for a lot of reasons. Some people don't like it because they feel like it's people objectifying themselves. But I don't know, if somebody wants to... If somebody genuinely feels happy with that, I don't understand what the issue is. As long as they're not harming themselves. Wait. Oh. Can I go down here? Hello, Fem.
How can we subvert and use concepts that are tightly interwoven with patriarchal structures?
I was wondering if there would be a mask area, but I guess most people understand the concept of masculinity because it's so prevalent in society. Wait, what? Had some friction in the beginning. It's always just needing exposure to understand what's wanted. Yeah. The more people that choose to use its, or, you know, that are its, that feel comfortable, the more people that are trans, more people that are gay or lesbian or whatever else, asexual, agender, demisexual, you know, the more people that are open about it, it slowly becomes accepted. And, I mean, that's what's been happening. Not as quickly as you would like, but, you know. Am I sliding downwards? You know what? Yeah, I feel happy with that. Oh! Look at that. I like that sequence. That's fun. So the beginning is just the two things, and then you come back to all this. To hopefully open your mind a bit, I guess. That was cool. I like that. Very informative. I know you'd probably never get anybody to play this, but I feel like this could help some people. Purple Sloth Studio. We'd like to point out that while What's Your Gender was created by a team of mostly queer devs, we do not have first-hand experience of all identities, terms, and concepts featured. Even where we do, the experiences and the definitions we use may differ from those of others who use similar labels. Most importantly, the list of identities and concepts featured in this game is far from exhaustive. With this in mind, we hope this game can be a source of information and insight for those unfamiliar with the shown concepts, and a source of comfort and recognition for those who feel seen. What it does not aim to do is to tell anyone how they should define the labels that they apply to themselves. If you want to learn more about any of these terms and concepts, check out the sources we've listed under Learn More in the main menu screen. I'll leave this on screen for a bit. I just think it's important. These are actually good resources. I know about all these. So there you go. That was cool. I like that. That made me happy. Not much of a game, but it made me happy. So I'm glad I checked it out. Let's move along, I suppose. What time is it? We will... Okay. Let's do Gone Home. What? No. Nah, I don't want to do that. Let's do... We'll save that for last. That way it maybe gets shafted. Everybody's played that game by now. Let's play Just Kiss Him Already. You should figure out how to apply for some kind of GTFO aid. You should. You genuinely should. If you're any kind of queer person, anywhere, I'm just being vague on purpose, and you feel unsafe where you are, look into aid. There's a lot of people willing to help. Even if it's just a friend online. Migrating to a better place. Yeah, I know what you meant. GTFO, get the fuck out. Yeah, I get you. This is called Just Kiss Him Already. It's, well, you'll see. It's another visual novel, so I'm going to be reading a lot, again. So if you don't like the sound of me reading and doing voices, come back in a little bit. It is a fluffy high school boy love story about two idiots who need a gentle push in the right direction to get together, and you're here to help with that. This was made for a jam called Yowie Jam about 2 years ago. It's interesting. The art looks cute. I think it'd be fun. A more lighthearted step after the previous thing. Preferences? Is there music? I don't hear... Okay. Let's just start. I like the art style a lot. It's pretty cute. They also have a... I think they have a Just Kiss Her as well, from what I remember. Ah, yes, Renpy. Indeed. We like Renpy. Renpy's a nice engine. It's easy to learn and use. Hello, Faye. Welcome. After you have your portable art studio going, it should be in your to-do list. It should. Hi, before we start, could you tell me this character's name? I kind of like the name Emmett. It's just pretty good. I don't want to just use my name, though I do like the purple eyes. We'll just go with Emmett. Emmett, are you sure? Yeah. God, that's really quiet. Only like the snare drum is picking up. Waved. Yes, hello. I said hi. Hi, Fame. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Hope you're doing well. Used Renpy before yourself? Yeah. I had I enjoyed my time with Renpy and learning you know, and making silly little Python things and my Python. If you know Renpy or if you know Python, or well, vice versa. If you learn Renpy and you don't know Python, you'll have a good understanding, a basic understanding of Python. If you know Python Going into Rempe is like a breeze. You do not fully know Python, even if you have a basic understanding. Rempe is like very simplistic Python. What's to be said about the first day of a new school that hasn't been said a million times before? A school's a school, and this one doesn't look too different from my last. Same boring sights, loud noises, and unfortunate smells. With any luck, the same curriculum with the same pace. I transferred halfway through the school year, so adjusting's going to be a pain. I'm not looking forward to it. I make my way down the corridors following the map I was given by the front desk. My class should be the third door on the left. What part of no running in the halls don't you understand? Oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness. Lord of the Hallways. Shouldn't you be happy I'm this excited to get to class? You wonder how people get the dot effect? What do you... I mean, it's just... Like a... You have like a stationary texture behind a transparent thing, I would imagine. It's... And then crop it out? I don't know. Shouldn't be too hard to do. That's how I would do it, at least. The bottom of the screen? That's just a transparent image. I don't know. I would draw a couple reflective... There's tools to make easy looking stuff like that. If you have the right software. By hand, it would be more difficult. Is that why you were running in the opposite direction? Maybe I have to get some laps in to burn off all this energy. Not in the hallway, you don't! I can't help it, I'm just so excited to learn. Two loud, arguing boys block the door to the classroom. Do you get off on blowing a hall monitor? Student council not enough? I wouldn't have to if you would stop being such a hazard. I just need to get past... You're impossible to deal with. Next time, I'm getting a teacher. Oh, not a teacher. Anything but that. I'm just gonna... push my way through there. I've had enough of this. I don't want to be late on my first day. I push past and enter the room behind them. Whoa! Hey. The door closes before they have a chance to say anything else. I'm greeted by the faces of about 20 unfamiliar students and a surprised teacher. Ah, Emmett. There you are. I was starting to wonder if you've gotten lost. Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment, please. An awkward hush fills the room as everyone turns to face me. This is Emmett, who will be joining us starting today. Nice to meet everyone. Before I say anything else, the two boys from earlier come through the door. Ah, Hayden. Ollie, how nice of you both to finally join us. I thought I heard you both outside. Class started a few minutes ago, but by all means, take your time. We have a new student today, if you care to notice. Screen tone. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Nia would be the person to talk to. I didn't know you were here. Fame. They would be able to help you. Have you had a tour of the school grounds yet, Emmett? Not yet. Well, in that case, I'm sure Hayden and Ollie'd be happy to help out during lunch. Wait, why us? You both can make up the time you spent disrupting the class by helping out the new student. Unless you'd prefer, I just mark you both as late. I'd rather just be marked as late. It doesn't even Well, how about... Perfect, I'm glad that's settled. Fine. Now, Hayden, Ollie, please take your seats. Emmett, There should be a spare seat towards the back. I take a seat and the lesson starts. Hayden and Arlie meet me outside in the hall after class. So, do we get extra time to eat, or do we have to spend it all on the tour? Is multitasking too hard for you? Can't walk and eat at the same time? I'm just asking. Doesn't this get in the way of your student council shenanigans? You guys don't need to give me a tour if it's too much trouble. I'm not sure how long I want to be around them bickering anyways. I never said that. What's the point of the student council if not to help the student body? Especially new students. I just noticed they both have stars on their foreheads. Yeah, I got nothing better to do. It's fine. Emmett, we got you. You'll know the school inside and out by the time we're finished. I do like the, I don't know what you'd call that effect. The white line around everybody. Kind of like a paper cutout. Similar. I always think of Paper Mario when I see that, but I like I like that style. It looks very like print. Like book. This whole visual novel looks very like comic book print. You know what I mean? Like even the, what were you calling it? Screen tone? The polka dots? That kind of shit. Toilets are here, and down the hall towards the back. Don't trust Emmett. Can read a sign. Outline or cutout? Yeah. The white, like, cutout look. Around the outlines. I just know how much trouble you have. I'm trying to be considerate. Isn't the point of a tour to point everything out? If Emmett wanted, they could just read the school maps. Is that you admitting this is a big waste of time too, Hayden? It's about the human interaction element, to get a new student more comfortable. I haven't gotten a single word in between them. I honestly don't know what to make of them. Look, if they actually, they're obviously, yeah. If they didn't like each other, there would be a lot more vitriol in this arguing. Seems kind of like playful banter to me. Plus the title of the game. I get the impression they've known each other for a while. Only people who've known each other for a long time talk to each other like that. Yeah, exactly. It's like when I tell Yosh I fucking hate him and he's a stupid little shit sack. And then I go play games with him anyway. Or any of my friends, really. God, I'm not nice to my friends. No one's that rude to a complete stranger. Well, these are my new classmates. At least things are interesting. The school tour, on the other hand, is about as exciting as a school tour can be. All the basic components? Gym? Check. Library? Check. Assembly hall? Check. Annoying looping music that I'm getting tired of already? Check. That about covers where you'll be going to from class to class. We always meet at 3C in the morning first, so don't worry about having everything memorized. The newest King of Fighters does that double outline effect, does it? Also, hi, Suri. Let me check. Oh. Huh. That's kind of cool, actually. I don't know why I like that effect so much. Oops, I minimized the game. I'm a dumbass. We always meet at 3C in the morning first, so don't worry about having everything memorized. Anything else you want to see, Emmett? Cafeteria. I guess. The cafeteria, for sure. Now we're talking. Good choice, Emmett. I'm starving. Just through this door is the cafeteria. The map says there's 2 entrances, but this is the one everyone uses. The other one's closed. Got it. Thanks. So Hayden, about buying me lunch. Why exactly would I do that? Because I'm hungry, and I'm asking so nicely.
I don't bring money to school. I pack my lunch before I head out. You could do that too if you tried waking up more than 5 minutes before you have to leave. Harsh. I'm not fussy. What'd you bring?
So Arlie's the kind of guy to poach food from people, huh? Anywhere else you want to go, Emmett? Student council room, I guess, apparently. I don't know why I'd care to go there. I'd like to see the student council room if that's okay, apparently.
Really? I'm glad you have an interest.
You're not gonna go join the nerd club, are you, Emmett?
We're not accepting new members, but you're free to drop by with any problems you might have. And we can try to help out.
I like the side glance at the other character really quick at the beginning there. I like small details like that in a VM. It's nice.
Damn, rejected already. The student council room is just at the end of the hall, last room on the left. No one's busy with anything important. We should be able to go in.
We enter a small, dusty back room. So this is the student council room. It's not very impressive. Damn, that was really easy to get into. I didn't have to get a bunch of keys from anybody. I didn't have to, like, you know, beat up a janitor or a teacher, or go to the library at night and kill the vice president.
Huh, it's empty.
It's lunchtime. Maybe they went to get food.
Normally there's someone here by now. I don't like having this place empty during lunch. If you ever run into issues with your studies, we can try and help. We keep track of events around the school, help organize and allocate funds to clubs, and keep on top of clubroom maintenance.
Good to know, thanks. It's kind of admirable, the way he's attempting to keep the student council accessible. Definitely friendlier than my last schools.
Well, no point standing around an empty room.
Anywhere else, Emmett? No. Please free me from this loop of music.
I'm out of ideas. Anything else you guys want to show me? That's about it. At least what you'll need based on your timetable. Oh, wait, I got something. Let me show you the school gardens. I'm part of the gardening club, which is always accepting members, by the way, unlike some other clubs.
Oh, it's a different loop. Thank God. Not much different. Also very short. Is it a different loop? I can't even tell. We make our way out of the building and down around the back of the school. There's a large row of different assorted plants and vegetables, all coordinated across the patch.
So there's a gardening club?
Yep.
I wouldn't have realized you were a green thumb without you telling me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
I know my way around a vegetable patch, thank you very much. Helped out with pretty much everything here. It's starting to get colder, so next week we'll be trying to plant garlic. And you'll be able to eat the garlic once it's finished growing? What'd be the point of growing vegetables if you can't eat them by the end of it? Just seems weird to me that it'd be so easy. Well, feel free to come in and find out. Tomorrow we have some garden work you could do. Don't let him trick you into doing his portion of the work, Emmett.
Why would I do that? I actually like gardening. The school bell rings, and the three of us head back to class. Oh, I think I might need to mute the music. The rest of the day is uneventful. I head home once class is over. I enter the class the following day, and Hayden and Arlie are sitting on opposite sides of the room. They react to the noise of the door opening and both look up from what they're doing to acknowledge me. Hayden's reviewing his notes while Arlie's on his phone with his feet up on his desk. It's a little surprising to see them not interacting. I guess they're not feeling social today? Take my seat and the teacher enters the room. All right, everyone. Remember, there's a test coming up on Friday. Stay focused. I expect everyone to be able to pass this. You've been given more than enough resources. I spend the time trying to follow the material. At lunch, I decided to As much as I like the style, the amount of yellow, like everything's slightly yellow and it's kind of hurting my eyes. Like I feel like it's like glowing. You know what I mean? Like very subtly. It's like if you stare at a thing that's mostly red, you know what I mean? For like a while. And then you look away. That's kind of what my eyes are getting right now. I guess I'll go to the gardening club. I don't know. I decided to take up Arlie on his offer and take part in the gardening club. Worth a look at the very least. I don't have anything better to do during lunch. As I walk over to the gardens, a familiar voice calls out. Yo, Emmett. Nice to see you show up. So, the gardening meeting got called off last minute, but that doesn't mean we can't get our hands dirty. We can get you officially initiated later. I'm not sure if I've agreed to joining just yet. Really? That's a shame. I might rescind my offer if you're not gonna jump at the chance. You at least up for helping out today? Sure. Hello, Bittersweet Lemon. Welcome. Why do you also have the fucking... Why does everybody have that except for me? Why don't I have the Elder Scrolls thing? Who do I gotta... Or, not Elder Scrolls. Elden Ring. Fuck. I definitely watched somebody play Elden Ring for more than 5 minutes. Why don't I have it? It's making me angry. Maybe I just gotta watch somebody who's not Yosh. Great. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Bittersweet Lemon. We got some general weeding to do. Gotta get ready for the garlic. Oh, and these leaves are starting to get on my nerves. You know how to use a rake, right? Is there some kind of special technique to it? Oh, Emmett. So naive. How much you have to learn. Don't worry, I'll be here to lead you through it. You can rely on me. Arlie leads me over to the tool shed and pulls out a key from his back pocket. Hold the door. Barely gives me a second to grab it before he lets go. It's ridiculously heavy. Here's a pair of gloves. We'll start with the weeding and see how much time we have for anything else. He rummages in the back for a while, coming out with a couple of towels and something that looks like a mini rake. When did he get the gloves on his hands? Were those on his hands the whole time? Apparently because you watched Elden Ring during the initial Shadow of the Erdtree expansion launch. But so did I! Fuck you, Twitch! Can I not get it anymore? Why is this upsetting me? I don't know why... Hi, Kitten. Did you hear Kitten scream? Did that pick up on the mic? That was funny. We walk over to the beds, and Arlie kneels down beside it, motioning for me to join. How do I know what's a weed and what isn't? Oh god, dude, you're like... You need a lot to learn, fuck. Might just be better if you watch me. I'll point out the differences as we go. It's a little easier if you know what's been planted in the bed, and then it becomes anything that isn't that. These are generally well maintained, but keep your eyes peeled for anything starting to grow in a bed that has already something in it. He gets to work picking out the smaller, irregular plants among the bigger ones. You gotta make sure to dig deep enough to get the roots out with the leaves, otherwise they'll just grow back. Getting the hang of it? Sorta. Some of the common weeds I can recognize. Dandelions, and, actually that's about it. You'll get there eventually. I can't name most of them either. He passes me the other towel. There's a couple of empty beds that need digging over. Get rid of everything and I'll help once I'm finished here. I do my best, but Arlie still has to work on the beds I thought I had finished. There seems to be so much to learning how to garden. Isn't this supposed to be a relaxing hobby? I didn't expect Arlie to take something so seriously. Looks like we won't have much time for raking today. At this rate, I'm gonna come sometime after school to do it. I could have... I stopped because I got raided. Hey, hi, Azure and Ray. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? If you don't know me, I'm Yume. I'm a cat girl on the internet. and a real girl in real life. I do a variety of things. This is Just Kiss Him already. I hope you're doing well. It's bothering you that much? Sorta. Everything would look way nicer if it was tidier. And then be great for the compost. Your dedication's pretty admirable. Thanks. So, have you realized how cool and complex gardening can be? I think so. I'd have given you the in-depth version during the tour, but we had Hayden tracking us down. You're okay working on art for Joshua. Oh, I see. A lot of people seem to be doing that. Well, no, mostly Nia. Nia draws a lot of Yosh. If you're here, Nia, I'm worried about you. You don't like Hayden? Nope, can't stand the guy. He can't take a joke to save his life. He cares way too much about studying, way too stuck up. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble every time I'm around him. That's a pretty passionate response. What? No way. Looking at the time on his phone, he decides it's enough for lunch and starts packing up the equipment. Oh. I thought that was dialogue. Not bad. Thanks for the help, Emmett. No problem. It was certainly interesting to watch. Cool to hear you talk about something you're passionate about. I'll make sure to teach you proper raking technique next time. The school bell rings soon after and we head back to class. Hayden and Arlie pull faces as they meet each other's gaze. I'll never know how they were. I say Hillshire, you say Farms. Hillshire! The next day starts too quickly for my liking. No kidding. I just pressed the enter button and suddenly we're at school again. Seems like a disaster. Go meet. Hopefully that's not actually the delay. I barely get through the door before I see a girl I haven't met make a beeline for me. Hey! You're the new student, right? What's your name? Her energy catches me off guard. I'm still waking up. You're on tablet? That's fair. It's Emmett. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too! My name's Nanala, but you can call me Nala. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Leg. I need to remember during raids to do my commands myself if people aren't around. Oops.
So what's been your impression of the school so far? Met anyone you think you'll be friends with?
It's only day 3, but I've met Hayden and Arlie.
Really?
She takes an interest upon hearing those names.
Those two are hilarious.
They literally cannot go a single day without mentioning the other. That does track for the 2 days I've been here so far. Not sure if the pattern will continue, but she does have a point. She pulls a juice box out of her back pocket and takes a long sip. What kind of high schooler still drinks juice boxes? A cultured one? What's wrong with juice boxes? Adults drink juice boxes. Juice boxes. Juice boxes. Ow. Okay. There we go. Sorry.
What are you looking at? Do you want one?
Kind of, yeah. It looks like apple juice, though, so I'm good, actually.
I do have a spare. You can have it if you want.
I'm good, thanks. Don't speak for me, Emmett.
Really? Alrighty, more for me.
Wait, did she have that in her skirt pocket? After hearing some loud footsteps clambering down the hall, the class door opens and Arlie barrels through it. Hayden follows behind, hunching over in the doorway. How many times do I have to tell you to stop running?
You're the only one who's out of breath. Good thing a teacher isn't here to scold you. You really shouldn't break the rules like that, Hayden. Right on cue, look who's arrived together. Once again. Oh, hey, Nala. Feeling better? Yep. Good as ever. So what's got you two both making so much noise this early in the morning? Mr. Student Council President here thought he could beat me in a race to class. Pretty close, right? He's faster than he looks. That is not what happened! Hayden catches his breath, recomposes himself, and stops leaning on the doorframe. I saw him running down the hall as I was getting things out of my locker and my bag was on the floor. I didn't even get time to say anything to him as he ran past. He grabbed my bag and just kept running. Having no idea if he'd actually stop at 3C or just keep going, what choice did I have? Nightbot, now's not the time. He's just mad he lost the race we were having. Hayden snatches his bag back from Arlie, who lets it go with a smirk. I even ran my part, carrying extra weight. What have you got in that thing? Books made of lead? Student council material, paperweight, adds up. Well, you could at least thank me for bringing it to class for you. I don't need a personal assistant. I need this music to stop, actually. It's genuinely... It's driving me insane. I'll just put some music on. Give me a second. This can't take it. I don't know why it's driving me insane. It's too... It's like a 3-second loop. Oh, God. Wait, what's this one? No. This works, sure. Yeah, that works. I don't need a personal assistant, but if you're so desperate to carry my stuff for me, I'm sure we could work something out. Wouldn't want to steal the opportunity from the Student Council fan club. It's not fair to all your weird underlings. You're part of that, right, Nala? What? Me? As if. No offense, Hayden. Love you as a friend and all, but I do enough work as it is. None taken. Want to hang out at lunchtime, I bet? Sure. My character just seems to say sure a lot. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Wasn't sure I was going to spend lunch otherwise. Hanging out with Arlie was fun, but I'm not much of a help to him gardening. If anything, I'm a distraction. I don't want to continue to bother him. Even so, he looks a little surprised. Not coming back to gardening club, Emmett? That's a shame. Maybe in the future? I just don't want to refuse an offer to hang out. Should have beaten me to it, Arlie. You snooze, you lose. Does anybody say that anymore? Well, you're always welcome back anytime. When do we get to, like, the point of matchmaking these two? Nala runs over to my desk the second the lunch bell rings. Let's go, Emmett. I'm starving. I gotta get lunch quick. I'm on duty today, and I'll get yelled at if I'm late. She fails to mention exactly what she'll be late for, but I follow, nonetheless. We make our way down to the cafeteria. Want anything? I'll get you something if you're hungry. My treat. I'm good, thanks. I'm not hungry. Yeah, you are. I'll get you a sandwich. Is egg and lettuce good? She's not listening to me at all. Sure. Great, give me a sec. I don't. This is a little too much of a slow burn for me. I might have to drop this. She returns with 2 sandwiches and a couple more juice boxes, passing one of each over to me. Which is sad, because it's not even a long game, apparently, but... Okay, now let's head to the student council. Don't want Hayden yelling at me for being late again. You're part of the student council? Yeah, didn't Hayden tell you? I only met you today. When would it have come up? Hayden didn't mention me? Wow, I'm hurt. He mentioned someone was away sick yesterday. Was that you? Yep, I'm making it up today. As we reach the student council room, Nala runs down the hall and throws open the door. Hayden, I'm here! I heard you coming from across the hall. Hey, Emmett. Sick of gardening club already? I haven't really made up my mind about it. It's not for everyone. I don't mind it. If Arlie ever needs an extra set of hands, sometimes I jump in. Sorry getting here took a while. I had to get Emmett some lunch. I'm not late or anything, right? Not any later than you normally are. Great! So what needs to be done today? I sorted out most of the shelves yesterday, so not much. Look at you being productive. Well, I can try and do the rest of it, if you just want to relax. I appreciate it. One of our members had to drop recently due to it being too much on top of another club. You don't have a line of fangirls wanting to join in their place? What about those? The question alone seems to drain him. I'd rather run the entire council by myself than deal with any of those for more than 5 minutes at a time. That bad? Some days. I don't suppose you'd be interested in joining, would you, Emmett? That's a bit quick, Hayden. Hasn't even been a week. Well, I'm desperate. I'm not sure if I should be offended by that. From what I've seen with Emmett, I can't imagine we'd have any problems working together. Are you interested? Nah, man, I'm good. I don't want to be in the student council. Yeah, I'm good. Really? Yeah. Fair enough. I understand it's a bit quick. The offer's still on the table if you change your mind. I'm happy helping out today, though, if anything needs doing. The bell rings, and we make our way back to class. The next day. Whoa, okay. That was a short day. I thought about the offer yesterday, and it might be a good idea to join a club after all. I think I have two good options. Gardening club, I guess? Yeah. Helping out the student council didn't feel like my thing, so that leaves the gardening club. I didn't do any helping out, but sure. I make my way down to the garden, hoping it'll be a better fit for me. Arlie's there already, rake in hand. Nala, too, who waves once she sees me. Why is she there? What are you doing here? Oh, I just noticed an art error. There's an outline missing right here on her collar. It took me a while to notice. Hey, Emmett, you ready to rake some leaves? You're helping out at the gardening club? I don't think I can do this. I can't do this. Too slow. I can't. It's too slow for me. It's very cute. I like the visual style. I like the concept of pushing two idiots who are clearly who clearly like each other together. That's fun. Too slow. It's too slow for me, and the colors were kind of putting me in like a weird trance, if I'm being honest. What is this? Okay. I'm actually gonna do one final thing, I think. Well, it depends on how long this takes, I suppose. So this could be the last thing. We might have something else after this. Depending if I can find the link to it again. Here we go. This was recommended to me last week. It is called Monster Sniper Season 3. Unfortunately, it is a browser game, so there might be issues, like performance issues there. I'm currently making sure hardware acceleration is on.
Graphic, there we go. I don't usually leave hardware acceleration on my browser because it messes with some streaming platforms, but it's nice when you're playing web games.